What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ty, and we're back. Hey, and today, let's talk about pets. Alright, folks. Hey, we're back with yet another one. And today, man, I want to talk about pets. I was talking to one of my homeboys who just got back into Clash of Clans. And he's like, yo, what are pets? And how do I use them? Which pet is good? So I was thinking, you know what? Let's rank them. So today, we are going to rank pets. And I'm going to go from worst to first. And this is just my opinion. You know, this is based on my experience, some experience of some of my fellow clanmates, you know, some thoughts and notes from other creators who have covered this subject. And we're just going to go over my ranking from pets. So let's do it. So coming in at number 12, being my worst, is Lassie. And I know, I'm sorry, shout out to my boy Chris. I know you love Lassie. But Lassie, in my opinion, is the worst pet. You know, Lassie, even though it looks like it's an acronym, it doesn't stand for anything. After doing some research, I found out that the way it is, it's just the style choice because Lassie kind of resembles the P.E.K.K.A. So they made the name resemble how the P.E.K.K.A's name is shown. So Lassie is basically like a robotic hound that jumps over walls, and she acts as a mini tank. You know, so she is the OG pet. So you unlock Lassie at Town Hall 14. It's the very first pet. It's the very first pet that came to Clash of Clans. So, I mean, she's the OG. She's what started this off. So Lassie gets props for that. You know, she's Hero's best friend. But she desperately needs a rework. She has no real skill. And she's not worth upgrading at all whatsoever. So for that, I gotta say, Lassie is, you know, she is the worst pet. I mean, she just kind of gets in the way. And like I said, she's a mini tank. But if your only skill is going to be a tank, she needs more hit points. You cannot be a tank and you have such little hit points. She moves pretty quick and all, but she just doesn't give you any real value. Now, I do have a suggestion. One way that you can make Lassie a better pet is, how about you give her, you know, when you're playing Builder Base, how the P.E.K.K.A. explodes and does explode damage when the P.E.K.K.A. goes down? How about you give that to Lassie? Now you could work Lassie into key points of the base, and you know that when she's about to go down, she'd explode, taking out some key buildings. But until then, I'm sorry, Lassie, you're number 12. Coming in at number 11 is the Mighty Yak. And the Mighty Yak unlocks at Town Hall 14 as well. And the Yak, I would say the Yak is best paired with the King or the Queen. The Yak does deal 20 times damage to walls. And even at level 1, it does more damage to walls than a maxed out wall breaker. So the Yak is not really bad when you think about what it does in a vacuum. Like, because it does 20 times damage to walls. And the Yak is a tank. It has tons of hit points. So it can absorb a lot of damage. It has the highest hit points of all the pets. And when the hero that it's assigned to goes down, it goes into like 8 seconds of rage where all its stats are boosted up. So, I mean, the Yak, it is a pretty good at busting through walls. The reason why it comes in at number 11 though is because there's so many other ways in the game to navigate walls. There's wall breakers, there's super wall breakers, there's jump spells, there's hero equipment that makes you like the heroic torch, where you can just walk through walls. A lot of troops can just jump over walls or go under walls. So the fact that its talent is with walls makes it really fall down the list. Not as bad as the Lassie, but Mighty Ack, you're coming in at number 11. It's pretty cool looking though. I'll give you that. All right. Let's keep this thing moving. At number 10, we have the Electro Owl. So the Electro Owl also unlocks at Town Hall 14. It's best paired with the Grand Warden and the Dragon Duke, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the pairing of the Duke because I don't see many people pair it with the Duke. And it acts as like a mini Electro Dragon, so it has the same Electro chaining ability that pretty much everything else has that chains. It just changed only to 2 things though. So it hits the first at 100%, it hits the second with 80% damage. It's pretty squishy, but it has a good range to it. So, and its range varies based on the hero it's attached to. So when you attach it to, say, the king, it's only 1 tile away. The queen, it's 5 tiles away. The warden, it's 7 tiles away. It kind of mimics their attack distance as far as how far away it posts up from that hero, which was pretty fun fact. I never realized that until I started researching it. But it's pretty squishy, and its damage is not too huge. Now, the reason why I said it pairs with the Duke, because think about this. When you get the Duke, you cannot unlock the Electro Fangs for the Duke until I think it's Town Hall 17. So at Town Hall 15 and Town Hall 16, you don't have the ability to put Electro Fangs on your Duke, which the Electro Fangs are OP. I'll do another video on equipment, but if you put the Owl on your Duke, then you kind of get to mimic the Electro Fangs slightly. So those of you who are at Town Hall 15 and Town Hall 16 who don't have Electro Fangs, hey, think about throwing the Owl on your Duke. But the Duke, the Owl, it's a decent pet coming in at number 10, but there's just better options. So let's keep this thing moving. At number 9, I got the Greedy Raven. The Greedy Raven. You know what the Greedy Raven reminds me of? Have you ever seen Pinocchio and the crows? Like the singing crows? A little mischievous. That's what it, or not, it's not, is it Pinocchio? No, it's Dumbo, right? It's Dumbo, yeah. The crows from Dumbo. That's what the Greedy Raven reminds me of. Like, if that was the personality, I feel like it'd have a personality in one of those crows. But the Greedy Raven, you unlock at Town Hall 18. I feel like it's best paired with the Warden, the Minion Prince, or Royal Champion. Does 5 times damage to resources, so like mines, collectors, storages, and here's the kicker, town halls. Because what are town halls? They're storages. So that's where you get some more value to the Greedy Raven, because it can do 5x damage to the Town Hall. And that's why I feel like it's great paired with the Royal Champion. Because the Royal Champion at Town Hall 18 no longer paths to the Town Hall, because the Town Hall is no longer defense. So if you have the Greedy Raven attached to your RC, and you can get your RC in vicinity of the Town Hall, the Greedy Raven can make short work of the Town Hall. That's pretty dope. So at 9, I feel like it would be higher. If we were just going to say farming armies, obviously the Greedy Raven would be much higher on the list because it targets resources and it does 5 times damage. So I feel like this pet is more situational. If you have the time to plan your attack out and you see a path to getting the Raven close to the town hall, then the value of the Raven goes up. But in normal cases, I feel like it's kind of a niche. Is that the word? How you say it? Niche? You know what I'm trying to say. So for that, it kind of brings it down the list. It does have a very long range, and it has the second highest attack speed of all pets. So that's also a plus. But for right now, I have it sitting in at number 9. Coming in at number 8, I have Diggy. And Diggy's a pretty dope pet. You get Diggy at Town Hall 15, and I feel like it pairs the best with the Royal Champion, the King, and even the Warden. It has pretty fast movement speed, and it burrows safely underground to avoid walls and to avoid damage. And when it pops up, it stuns the defense for 2 to 3 seconds. It also targets whatever the paired hero is targeting. And it has a pretty high HP, so it's kind of like a mini tank as well. So Diggy's cool. When it first came out, a lot of people will pair it with their RC because it targets what the hero's targeting. So with the RC be defensive targeting, it would target the defense. It would stun that defense, allowing your RC to take the defense down without being harmed. So it, like I said, it pairs pretty good. The only thing is the stun isn't for that long. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So although it's good, and I personally really do like Diggy, there is just better pet options. So that's why Diggy comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is the Poison Lizard. And to be honest with you, the Poison Lizard for me is starting to move up my pet list. I've begun to use the Poison Lizard more and more and more. You unlock the Poison Lizard at Town Hall 15, and to be honest, it's best paired with every hero because it does the same job for every hero. It almost acts like the Poison Lizard acts like a mini headhunter. Like, that's the best way I can probably describe it, because it loves to target enemy heroes and enemy clan castle troops. And when it attacks and it spits like its toxin at it, which is like a poison spell, like the same substance as a poison spell, it drops their movement speed by 38%, and it drops their attack speed by 50%. It has the highest DPS of any pet, and it's the fastest attacking pet. So it attacks pretty fast, So you gotta love that. It's pretty squishy though, so you gotta really protect it. It'll go down pretty quick. But it attacks so fast, and it takes out such nuisances like Guardians. It'll take a Guardian down pretty quick. It'll take an opposing hero down pretty quick. It'll take clan castle troops down pretty quick. So the Poison Lizard is pretty clutch, and you can put it on any hero based on your attack strategy. So that brings it in at lucky number 7. At number 6, we have the Unicorn. And I love the Unicorn. You unlock the Unicorn at Town Hall 14, and of the Town Hall 14 pets, by far, it is the best pet. You can upgrade this pet and not worry at all whatsoever that you're wasting any resources, because the Unicorn is a really great pet. It heals both air and ground, which is clutch, which makes it's better than a typical healer, because a healer can't heal air, and the Unicorn can heal air or ground. So it's great paired with the King, the Queen, the Warden. Really, you could pair it with the Duke or the Minion Prince, A lot of people don't, but because it can heal air or ground, you can pair it with any hero really. But typically you'll see it paired with the queen or the king, and sometimes the warden. I actually pair it with my warden as a backup. So I'll tell you my primary when we get there. But if I'm upgrading my primary pet that I keep with my warden, my backup pet is the unicorn. But it's the slowest pet in the game, so it doesn't move too quick. But that's typically not an issue, because it's following behind your hero anyway. It does have more hit points than a healer, but it has about the same healing as a max level healer. It's pretty versatile, and it can really fit in any army composition. And it's a cool pet, man. It's a really cool pet. Personal healer. You gotta love it. You can't go wrong with it. A lot of times you'll see it with like queen charges a lot. Just to give that extra healing. If, let's say, so, typically like the rules of healers, you want at least 3. If you're going to bring healers in an army, you want at least 3, right? And you don't want any more than 5 because, they start to lose their value. So you need at least 3 healers to make them worth bringing. No more than 5. The cool thing about the unicorn is if you have the unicorn, you basically can subtract one of your healers. So let's say I was going to do a queen walk and I was going to put 3 healers on my queen. Now I can just bring 2 healers and have the unicorn. And now I just freed up 14 space capacity in my army. And now I can bring more troops into my army because it afforded me to be allowed to bring
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
one less healer. So kudos to the unicorn. You can't go wrong with it. Once you have it leveled up, you'll always use it. It's just a matter of preference at that point. And it's, strong pet coming in at number 6. At number 5, we have the Angry Jelly. And the Angry Jelly unlocks at Town Hall 16. And you know what? Outside of the Royal Champion, it pairs with every single hero. The reason why it does not pair with the RC is because the Angry Jelly basically brainwashes your hero so that it attacks defenses and defenses only for up to 35 seconds. It's a great pet. Great pet. You can do all kinds of crazy things. For instance, like if you have it on your warden, when you're doing warden fireball, you can target out the defenses a whole lot quicker so you don't get stuck on storages. If you're doing a Duke charge and you want to get more value out of it, you can put the Angry Jelly on, and then your Duke with the Electro Fangs on your Duke. Now it's targeting the defenses and you'll get a whole lot more value on it. My favorite pairing with the Angry Jelly is on my King with the Giant Gauntlet and the Stick Horse. Oh, chef's kiss. It's a beautiful combination. The Angry Jelly is just cool. And the thing is, while the Angry Jelly is activated, it is immune to all damage. So like during that 35 seconds that it's giving the hero, changing the hero's AI to where it makes it only target defenses, the Angry Jelly is immune and can't get hurt. Until its ability wears off, it can't take any damage. Let's see. And like I said, it's great with a ton of attack strategies. You can't go wrong with the Angry Jelly. Now, coming in at number 4. So here we go. In an attack, you have 4 active heroes per attack. So, these top 4, I have them from 4 to 1, but really, they're just like my go-tos. You can get nitpicky and you can move them around, but these are the top 4 pets that I use in most of my attack strategies because I feel like they're the best 4 pets. Now, I do, like I said, interchange in the Angry Jelly, and I do interchange in the Unicorn sometimes. But these are my top 4. So at number 4, I have Frosty. And Frosty, you unlock at Town Hall 15. I feel like Frosty pairs best with the Queen, the Warden, and the King. This is one of the most useful and tactical pets. It's just, man, it's such a great pet. His Icy Breath works similar to like an Ice Golem, where it slows enemy defenses by roughly 50%. It also deploys Frost Mites every few seconds, which are like similar like Yeti Mites. And they're an incredible distraction because they target defenses, and when they target the defense, they slow it down. So the Frost Mites, they're cool. They slow the defense down by roughly 50%. They're a great distraction, and they keep giving you value throughout the whole entire attack. I mean, you can't get past like with Frosty slowing down defenses to the degree that it does. It's just constant value, and it's just it's a great pet. Like, it's a great pet. Like, as you can see in a little description here, as it's doing damage, and it's slowing that defense down so much that it gives your hero enough time to get around to that defense. And by the time it gets around to that defense, it can take it out with ease. You can't go wrong with Frosty. Top tier. At number 3, I have the Spirit Fox. The Spirit Fox, is just OP. The Spirit Fox unlocks at Town Hall 16. It's best paired with the World Champion, the King or the Queen, and lately, the Duke. Because you can do the Spirit Walk. Because basically what happens is, at max level, the Spirit Fox provides 4 seconds of invisibility, followed by 5 seconds of visibility. So every 5 seconds, it will turn itself and the hero that it's paired with invisible for 4 seconds. I hope I didn't confuse you out there. But so 4 seconds of invisibility. And once you learn how to Spirit Walk and manipulate that with invisibility spells, for a very long duration of time, you can keep your hero just completely invisible doing damage. And that's why it's paired a lot with the World Champion, because the World Champion targets its defenses and can jump around from defense to defense, invisible, with the Fox. And now the new trend is putting it with your Duke and using those invisibilities and doing that same Spirit Walk. And you can just grab tons and tons and tons of value. But outside of the Duke and the World Champion, it can still turn whatever invisible. Now, the Fox is squishy, so you got to protect the Spirit Fox. But just think, like, if you have the Fox on your Queen and the Monolith locks onto your Queen, and then next thing you know, the Queen goes invisible. The Monolith turns and locks onto something different, and then your Queen comes back and can take it down. It's such a powerful pet. And pretty much once you unlock the Fox, it's best to try to find a way to use it, even if you do not Spirit Walk. Don't think because you're not Spirit Walking that it doesn't have value. I know a lot of people like to put it on their King on the outside of bases, and you can just get that much more value with your King setting up the funnel, because every 5 seconds, your King's going to disappear for 4 seconds. It's such a great pet. It is such a great pet. The only real downfall to it is that it's pretty squishy. So if you protect it, it's going to be OP for you. At number 2, I have Sneezy. And Sneezy, I love Sneezy. Sneezy unlocks at Town Hall 17. And I feel like it's best paired with the Warden. But I have also seen it paired with the Minion Prince and the Queen. Now, Sneezy, I feel like it's best paired with the Warden. But I have also seen it paired with the Minion Prince and the Queen. Now, Sneezy, I have also seen it paired with the Minion Prince and the Queen. But I have also seen it paired with the Minion Prince and the Queen. Now, Sneezy, is like the ultimate tank. Because it spawns these boogers and they're just nuisances. They tank for the hero, they tank for your other troops, they tank for Sneezy itself. Sneezy has a ton of hit points. Sneezy is the strongest pet as far as DPS, damage per second. It has the highest DPS of all pets. I don't know, those of you who've used Sneezy, like how many attacks at the end, the only thing that's left is Sneezy and its boogers. And they're still out there doing work. Everything else has died. It survives so good. And I love it so much because I love doing the Warden Fireball. So I typically have it on my Warden. It just helps tank for your Warden. It does not pull traps anymore, but it'll still absorb damage from pull traps. So it used to pull traps, which used to make it OP. So it doesn't do that anymore. But like I said, it'll still absorb the damage. So if, Seeking Air Mines or, if they get pulled by other air troops, the boogers can still absorb that damage to keep it off other things. But Sneezy is just like the ultimate tank. And it's range because the boogers get out in front of everything. Man, it's just OP. It's a lovely pet. You gotta love Sneezy. And you gotta love its boogers. And it's just fun to say.
What did he say?
And coming in at number 1. It's the Phoenix, man. It's the Phoenix. The Phoenix is unlocked at Town Hall 15. It's best paired with the Duke or the Royal Champion or the King or the Minion Prince. Oh my God, it's the Phoenix. It's paired with everything. It starts as a dormant egg and it doesn't hatch until the hero goes down. And once the hero goes down, it revives the hero and grants both the hero and itself 8 seconds of invincibility. So when your hero goes down and the Phoenix rises and it revives that hero for 8 seconds, ain't nothing stopping that hero. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when you're playing Mario and you get the star and then you're just like OP and things are bouncing off of you and you're destroying everything. Yes, it is the Mario star of Clash of Clans. And it's just great. And if you have it on the right hero, if you have it on the Duke per se, the Duke is already so strong and so crazy. And especially if you have passive abilities like the Electro Fangs and the Fireheart. They're already passive abilities. So when it comes back, it automatically has its abilities back. And nothing can stop it. Not a Monolith, not an Inferno Tower, not a hero, not a Guardian. Sometimes when you come back in that Phoenix mode, you can take out so much stuff. And that 8 seconds feels like an eternity. You'll be thinking like, man, it says 8 seconds, but sometimes it'd be feeling like 10, 15 seconds. But it's just so OP. I feel like the Phoenix is in a league of its own. If you have the Phoenix unlocked and you're not using it, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's crazy strong. I mean, hey, but there you go. That is my list on the pets from worst to first, worst being Lassie, best being Phoenix. Hey, if you agree, let me know. If you don't, let me know in the comments. Let me know what pet you're rocking with. Let me know the combinations that you like to choose, like what pet you put with what hero. I kind of gave you my thoughts, what I was thinking, and I hope this helps y'all out there. Hey, once again, thanks for checking me out. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace!